when my elder sister called me say her husband don't come back to house. Unlike her husband, he hardly sleeps outside. Me and my players, they call me, I don't they laugh, say no worry, he go come back, he go come back. I don't even know anything that they explain, because the shocking part when human being go weak head reach to the extent when the husband on the 24th, you still carry his phone. They chat with his wife. They chat with his wife like saying that the husband they talk. They even send that message like saying that the husband still they talk to her. Because before you collect all the details and everything, from there you still send 15,300 naira give my sister like saying her husband say come meet me for Honey Hills Hotel. To say if he say my sister go, my sister don't already bath, prefer to go meet her. So her husband don't know say na the Honey Hills Hotel for Tombia. Now George Dumangi, the serial killer still they chat her up to say she go the hotel. Now so therefore kill my sister to collect the money when they her account. Go after if he said they don't go kill him on the 24th. This man, George Dumengi, still go from back, go collect me and my sister number. So that if he say we don't find him, we no see her, he go still come meet us. Say my sister husband, they owe her 9 million to still they terrorize the family. You know what only? See, imagine a human being wicked. And you get wife and children for a house. Your wife, they're heavily pregnant. You to feed your own family. God, anybody when go put hand for this case, say make this case slide, say you don't go jail, all their family go die. Because human being they wicked like this. You will get heaven and earth. Now lie. You say this one now your last, you will go down. Amen. You will go down for the pain when you cause my sister. Amen. For the pain when you cause our family. We need to sleep. You don't go make these children fatherless. George Itumangi, as your wife they born. You know what you they do. She know what you they do. That make she they feel wear hair. She they feel wear hair come for social media. Now she they hide your gun there for you. Anywhere when you dead that belly when you get begin. And all of them very soon will come outside and they never finish. Oh, they never finish 2 more days. Anybody when they involved, all of them will go down. Judge now your last be this, all of them will go down. You carry and go buy it so that 100 years self will not go know. 100 years self will not go know say rich she don't die. We will not get father, we not get mother. Now only me and my sister will be orphans. Now only him. Now be our husband, our father. You go and the CP of police will stand. And with they call a very dark man, the blood of an innocent person don't go like that. Judge must be hanged. Judge must be hanged. He must die the way when he kill this innocent person. Because in this business when he go to September, he say he gain 1 naira. He don't get land. This landlord George Itumangi does not have a land anywhere. He proposed a fake land to my in-law. Not be said the money said they pay to my in-law account. Now the account, the buyer just tell my in-law say if you see better land anywhere, tell me, I go buy. He go see land finish. I say see the land finish. He go meet the woman say land though. They transfer 9 million naira direct to this idiot, to this killer. When say get land, when no get land. Now they ask of the document the following day say, oh God, when the documents now. Now he carry my in-law go kill so that he go be like say, when the woman they ask her say, how far my document for the land when I pay you? In they say he don't transfer the money, give the agents. My sister husband, which she don't carry go Bayelsa Pam go kill. How human being go dead this wicked? And you feel say you go scot free. This one now your last. You feel say you dead IYC. You dead this one, so you feel say tomorrow you go rule the state. Our blood and the ground go stand for you. Nothing you go do this time now your last. You must die. You must die, oh! Anybody when say go put hand for this case, say they not go hang you. Then you don't go for several murder cases. You don't go for several murder cases for Bayelsa. You they carry juju, they carry you come outside. This time your juju will fail you. The God when the juju when you they call go fail you. This year the God grand go swallow you. George Itumangi now your last begins. You go kill even your elder brother when we they talk about it. Your elder brother when he come here they go, he not get where to stay. Now my mother and I put her for house. He stay with us. Now your mother put her for house. Stay with her till before you come become something. How many people you don't deceive because of land kill? Ogbia people, if I not like, when I don't come out, the people they when they don't kill through land and everything. Now so you shoot and all Ogbia people say die because of community and I live on. This time you know go scot free. You never go scot free. And that Calabar girl when call my in-law go Ayala when I drug her before I carry and go kill. All of them go die. I go mention her name after now. All of her pictures go there. Not the one make on a year, not be even only judge, oh, not be only judge, not be.
Hello everybody, it's your favorite girl Irene and you are welcome to True Crime by Irene. Guys, this is pure horror. The Bayelsa State Police Command has arrested the suspect murderer of 42 years old Richard Ekpebo, a real estate agent in Bayelsa State. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching me from. If you are brand new here, welcome to True Crime by Irene. So guys, before I dive right into this video, I'm going to give a brief introduction about the main parties involved. So first of all, we're going to talk about. So guys, like I was talking, Richard is the vice president of all real estate agents in Bayelsa. It is said that Richard and George have known each other for quite some time, for the longest of time, as long as you can imagine. As a matter of fact, they come from the same community. They are not actually best of friends, but they knew each other. As a matter of fact, they grew up together. So guys, this is like they were so close, okay? Like there are some people we grew up together and we are actually so close. We might not be very good friends, but we are close. So that was a relationship between George and Richard. Now guys, back to the story. It is said that sometime in June 2025, George approached Richard, who is said to be a real estate agent, for, a help or a support. He wanted Richard to help him look for clients to purchase his piece of land. And Richard, being a real estate agent, could do this very fast as compared to George doing this by himself. So early July, Richard got a client and he let George know that he has found a client. So George, Richard, and the client went to inspect this piece of land. When they got there, immediately the client showed a lot of interest and he wanted to pay on ground. However, George didn't come with the documents of the land. He gave some flimsy excuses like he didn't know if the guy was going to purchase the land on spot. But Richard, being a nice guy and who is good at trusting people, said that, okay, no problem, you can pay in the money and later on I'm going to collect the documents from George and hand them over to you. This is how good this guy was. So the client trusted Richard so much and he decided to pay the money in. So he asked, who should I pay the money to? And George said, no, you can pay directly to Mr. George. And Richard said, you can pay directly to Mr. George, who is the owner of the land. And this deal was done. It was just left for Richard to pick up these documents from George and hand it over to the buyer of this land. Guys, after some days, Richard started to call George like, hey George, what's up? Where are the documents? I need to close this deal. And George was like, oh, sorry, I'm caught up in the middle of something. I'm busy. Tomorrow, I'm going to get back to you. However, he made no attempt to see Richard. And so Richard kept calling and telling George that if you do not want to give me these documents, you better refund the money because I don't want to stain my name. I am somebody who has been trusted in this field for quite some time. And Richard, who was being pressurized, met his side chick by name Victoria, told her about this issue. Guys, however, in some other parts, some people said that it was Victoria who met Richard. However, after I did my investigation, it is said that it was George who met Richard. So Victoria called Richard because it seems like Victoria also knew Richard. She called Richard to meet them in a hotel for her to hand those documents, you know. She seemed to be saying like, oh, her boyfriend dropped the documents with her or something like that. So when George went to this hotel, it is not clear what happened. But from there, they got into this car claiming that they were going to show George another piece of land for him to advertise for them. Little did George know that that was the last time he would be ever seen alive. Ignorantly, he got into this car with Richard, his girlfriend, and some two other guys. When they got to this piece of land, no one heard from George anymore. So guys, back to the story. Now, Richard's wife was so worried because she tried to reach out to Richard severally, but to no avail. Richard was just texting her back and she was like, babe, aren't you coming home today? Richard was like, oh, babe, I have a deal. I need to close up. And the girl was like, but come on, at least you need to come back home. It's getting late. And Richard was like, I'm not sure. I'm not going to come back home today. I need to close this deal. Something went wrong, blah, 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 blah. But, you know, a lady who knows her man will know when something is going on. So the next day, Richard didn't still come home. And the wife was increasingly worried because Richard wouldn't pick up his calls. He wouldn't pick any video call. He was just texting her back. And the the wife got so pissed off and told him that, is it just because of a deal of 9 million naira? What is 9 million naira? You know, I also do business and I have money in my account. It's not like it's my, you know, I've never seen such amount of money before. At least you should come home. You should explain to me. You owe me an explanation as your wife to what's going on. That was when Richard was like, okay, babe, can you meet me over at this hotel tonight? Let me tell you exactly what's going on. Richard's wife said, okay. But as time went by, Richard's wife had this bad instinct. She suddenly fell sick and she couldn't meet up with the appointment. So the next morning, she got up and decided to go to the police to make a police report. Coincidentally, the president of real estate agents in Bayelsa called Richard's wife and said, Madam, what's up? I've not been able to reach your husband. I've not seen him for quite some time now. And the wife also said, I've not seen my husband too. But I've been chatting on him. He's been refusing to pick my calls. That's why I'm going to the police. So they both went there and made this report. So guys, this lady went back home and the president of this real estate agent was called to check up on the land. So when they approached this land, someone came out of the farm around this land and said, please, you guys shouldn't go there. A couple of days back, I had gone short like 3 times. And when I tried to spy what was going on, I saw this particular car with this number plate evacuating this, you know, land. And I searched around, I couldn't see anything, but I saw a picture. I saw a slippers. So I decided to take a picture of that slippers. I was wearing this guy. So guys, when this farmer showed them the number plate and the picture of the slippers he took, they tried to send it to various group chats. And when they sent it to Richard's wife, she exclaimed that that's her husband's slippers. And that was when these guys called for the police. They went, inspected the land, and boom, they met with the shock of their life. They met the dead body of Richard in a plastic bag. And immediately the police started their investigation. They tried to track down George to no avail. So they started, tracking his phone, following his transaction, banking transaction. That's when they noticed that he dispatched a sum of 1 million naira to a particular female account. And when they traced this girl, they met her trying to move out of her house like she was in a rush. But do you know what was more important? They noticed that he was George's side chick or girlfriend. And so they decided to, investigate her, check her house. They recovered a lot of, deadly weapons, walkie-talkies. I don't know if these guys are police officers, robbers, or whatever, guys. As you can see from the pictures, they recovered a lot of things. And the girl was arguing like, she was unaware that these weapons were in her house. How can that be? How can she even possibly say that? They even discovered the gun that was used on Richard. So guys, and this lady was arrested, and the other two guys who assisted in unaliving Richard. So the Bayelsa police immediately placed George's name on blacklist, and it is said that a couple of days back, George went to the immigration office in Lagos, Nigeria to, obtain a passport, an international passport to abscond the country. That was when he was arrested because his name was already on the blacklist. Guys, this is pure horror. This is so terrible, sad, tragic, whatever you can say it. To know that all the people who partook in this deadly activity were all close to Mr. Richard. Not close like the really best friends, but they knew him. They are people he has, associated with, drank with, and socialized with. It is really so sad. Now we do not know who to trust in this world anymore, because the people you think you are close to, you know them so well, they are the worst criminals. Have you ever heard of household enemies? This is a pure evidence of household enemy. Guys, it is really so sad. This same situation took place in Cameroon early last year in Victoria, whereby a guy who has lived in Germany for all over his life came back to Cameroon with his German wife, and they were investing in Cameroon. And this guy got a phone call for some unknown men claiming that they were selling a land, because they know this guy was purchasing land at that period in time. And when this guy got to the scene, he was abducted. They took away his money, his jeep, and they buried him alive. I do not know what is going on. However, people, do not trust anybody. When you have an issue like this, especially when it has to do with documents, you guys should meet in public. It should be an official thing. Do not meet in any hotel room or in anybody's home. Either you meet in a public place, in an office, I believe most of these agents have offices where your secretary will be there. You have witnesses, and always keep your family up to date, where you are going, what's going on with you. Do not follow anybody to an unknown land alone. You need to have your witnesses. As a matter of fact, you guys should look for some sort of security agent that before anybody takes you to the land, make a call to the police in their presence that I'm going out with Mr. So and so to go and inspect this land. So when they hear this, they will be scared that if anything goes wrong, they'll be held responsible. Or make a call to your wife, your colleagues, anybody, to tell them that I'll be going to this place with this person at this time. In that case, this person will be scared. If they have any second thought, they won't do it because now they know they already have a witness. My condolences goes out to
Richard's family,
especially the wife, and may his soul rest in perfect peace. And as for the accomplices, the suspect, I pray and I hope they rot in jail and never see the light of the day. Until then, see you on my next video. Bye-bye.